Your master plan as you venture into an elimination match. Pick Dust 2 and catch them off guard. mousesports did their homework and have indeed punished G2's curveball with a swift 16-9. They dominate them, and our analyst did have a little bit of an inkling, a sense that this would be the way the cookie crumbles, and indeed the cookie is well and truly in bits. We have Chad Birchall and Ian Sniper Turner here joining us.
Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Travel here.
My Australian accent. Oh, it's not good, is it?
No, it's terrible.
No, let's not stop broadcasting that to the world. Instead, let's talk a little bit about how G2's gamble hasn't paid off.
Yeah, look, Alex, if you're going to pick Dust 2 as a pocket pick, being introduced to the map pool, you want to make sure you're more prepared on the map than your opponent.
Absolutely.
And we went into that matchup, or at least I did, thinking, you know, mousesports, they were just going to be individual and they were going to win the game with that. They actually had more strats on the T side than what G2 had, and it was actually impressive to see. Oscar is here.
has finally arrived.
And this is the perfect time because, look, this matchup gets you in the arena. There's a do or die right now where I think we really need to put the emphasis on that.
I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better time. They managed to get to this point without him, and now your star AWPer is winning 1v3s, 1v4s.
On Dust 2 of all maps, which is like what I guess you'd be bred for, right? And I mean, this scoreline even lies a little bit because, you know, it says on the outset, oh, G2 kind of got a little bit close. You know, they got eight or so rounds. Well, they ecoed Mouse in the first half, and then they won the pistol in the second half and didn't lose an anti-eco. So that's, what, 6 rounds out of the 8 that they got straight away off the bat.
Good point. Yeah.
So one proper gun round.
So really, Mouse was just dominant the entire game. Everything went their way. And yeah, just G2 just falling away.
Ian, that does demonstrate exactly just how bad that was. They won one gun round, one full weapon-to-weapon round. Yeah, of course.
Earlier, a bit sketch, but yeah, weapon-on-weapon round, that's the kind of situation there.
Goodness me.
I think you have to look at the thing we always tend to sleep on when we talk about mousesports, and that's the dastardly duo of the double AWP setup, the potential of it anyway, with Chris J as well as Oscar. We all know Oscar is fantastic on it, but Chris J for years was the main AWPer for mousesports, and him being able to bring it out as not even a utility, as someone who can AWP very proficiently, is a scary thing on a map like Dust 2 where double AWPs is the bread and butter.
And that was the thing. Mouse got their economy going straight away after that stupid stuff at the start.
Yeah.
You know, and then the CT side was like super strong, and it's meant to be a T-sided map. We don't know if that's going to stick around, but the old one was. This one, who knows? But Mouse did it.
We saw a lot of the similar themes that we saw on the old map as well.
Yeah.
One of the strats which mousesports did that I was impressed with. You smoke from cat, so it drops down to CT, throw the flashes, and then the player drops into the smoke. The way that they actually used it, instead of pushing into CT spawn, was he just sat in the smoke and waited for the A attack to happen before he pounced. Like, waited for the CTs to rotate around.
Catch them in transition.
Whereas before, you would use that smoke to dip into spawn, or you would use it to run up the ramp, CT ramp, to attack A. But we're seeing at least similar themes, and that's one of the tells for me that mousesports had more preparation than G2.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me, actually. I think, you know, I'm preaching to the choir here. LMBT, one of those coaches that does put in the work. He said he was watching demos until 4 a.m., whether or not that was his choice or not. Yeah, I was going to say, jet lag probably played a part. Oh, he's not jet lagged. What is he talking about? I'm not jet lagged. I'm just sick and I can't sleep and I'm awake at 4 a.m. It's not jet lag, though.
Pretty sure that's exactly what jet lag is.
Yeah, and I feel a little sick and a little woozy.
A little nauseous.
Jet lag, yeah, absolutely. Your body thinks it's 4 a.m. It's actually time for you to go to bed. Yeah, absolutely. It's not gone well for them so far for G2, but now time to talk Mirage, because things are going to be getting very interesting here. This should be an open shut case, right? We've just seen G2's, what they considered their best chance of picking up a map, flounder. Now you'll venture into, though earlier in the tournament hasn't gone well, mousesports one of the best teams in the world on Mirage. Can we still say that, Chad? Are we losing that?
I think we can. I think now that Oscar's shown up, he's going to have some confidence going into this next map, which is going to bolster Mouse's chances to take it into. I think the factor for me, which makes me sit on the fence a little bit more so, is that G2 did have a strong showing on the map against NRG earlier in the day, which was NRG's pick.
I don't know. It wasn't like the normal NRG, though. They were slow to start. And then, like I said, the NRG style doesn't really work well against that G2 sort of explosive style. You saw so many times MBK just running up A ramp and just getting some frags. Apex as well, like just making things work from there. But then again, yeah, Mouse, they've looked pretty strong on the map. I think the only people really that could put them away on it would be like a Na'Vi or Astralis. So apart from that, I just don't think G2 is going to be up to that caliber.
No, perhaps not just yet. We do get to hear a little bit from a mousesports player. In fact, it does sound like Stunner's managed to grab Sticko ahead of this match. We get to hear a little bit of his thoughts of how they're performing so far.
Thank you, Alex. You know, honestly, we're going to backtrack just a little bit to Dust 2 because it played very well for you guys, Tico. Talk to me about how it feels going into Dust 2.
Well, it was obviously our first official match on Dust 2, so we were kind of hoping that what we practiced at home or here in Sydney, it was the right strats and right moves, and we did some of them. It worked, so we're pretty confident going into other Dust 2 against the other teams as well. So pretty good.
It's a tone-setting match, if you will, to kind of put that fear in the opponents of yours. Looking forward, though, we are flipping the page to Mirage. Dust 2 was for G2. They picked that. Now we're going to Mirage. This is you guys. You obviously feel confident here. You feel more comfortable. What should we be on the lookout for? I mean, I did just see LMBT going over the game plan here, so you guys do have something up your sleeve.
We definitely have some things, some little details adjusted, and mainly we are going to just focus on our game, obviously. This is how we always play, and this is how we always win the Mirage games. So we're just going to do our best to avoid mistakes, and hopefully it's going to be quick games.
Now, on a less serious note, I do have to ask you what your digital vibrance is set at, because quite frankly, I've never seen CSGO in these colors, and well, I do believe it owes an explanation.
Well, I have just 100% digital vibrance in NVIDIA, like almost all the players, but I got it pumped up in monitor settings as well, so shout out to Zoe.
Shout out, just like that. Well, we're going to go ahead and jump into this match here real shortly, but first, let's kick it back over the desk with the guys.
I never understood that. I never understood why when I walk behind all the Counter-Strike players, 50% of them have just got this eye-burning saturation on them. I get it. There are some different monitors that have this black equalizer idea, which kind of basically means it does in some instances, like in Inferno, you can see a bit more of the dark corners. But why are we burning our eyes with saturation? Were you one of those guys?
Yeah,
we all were.
Why?
Because, like he said, all the players, because the game is so dull without it.
So you're just trying to make it like a cartoon.
I'm telling you now, even the stream production has at least 20% digital vibrance turned on.
Perhaps. I mean, otherwise, Dust 2 does just look like a
Everyone
grayscale
just
map.
blends in. Everything is sort of this green color, and it just doesn't work. Things don't pop out. So that's why they use the digital vibrance.
To that extent, I think you're just trying to make your game look as ugly as possible. Go 800 by 600 while you're at it.
Okay, well, we don't need to get stuck into those personal preferences. But look, it's good to see that they're just going to stick with their game plan. When you look back to mousesports, when they won the Star Ladder event, it was an event that they didn't actually go into with any expectations. So maybe they've dialed back. They're just here to play. That sounds like the sentiment from Stico there. A few little adjustments on their Mirage. So I guess we just have to, we kind of just have to look towards maybe tendencies. It's hard to predict against the mousesports once they're looking so strong on that first map. Yeah,
we're going to quickly put the AWPers head-to-head as well as we venture into our second map. It's going to be Kenny, of course, and Oscar. And despite neglecting to mention the powerful second AWP, you can see him on your screen there, Chris J. We'll maybe get to see more of that on Mirage. But as we take a little look at taking stock so far after the first map, you can see just how... Oh, we're taking a look at rifle kills for some reason, but I guess it does tell us that Oscar didn't have a single rifle kill on Dust 2.
So obviously more influence with the SMGs, the pistols, all those kind of bad boys, as opposed to, there we go, sniper purchases, sniper kills, 18 of his 21 were with the AWP.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and Kenny on the other hand, obviously he still had impact, but we do have another AWP-heavy map coming up in terms of Mirage. Something to note is how quickly Kenny moves away from that window position if they throw the fast mid-smoke. I was watching some demos earlier, and Fnatic did a really good job of forcing him out of position and taking stock on where he rotates straight to connector to back up Apex. So if Mouse are able to do something, they like a fast mid-pace, they can maybe exploit the same rotation.
An observation you made previously as well, Ian, is how easy it can be to lock Kenny out of that CT side. Yeah.
You should have seen it. Fnatic threw everything they had. They threw the kitchen sink at that middle window, and Kenny wasn't even there because he just saw it coming. It'll be interesting to see if we get that sort of fence jump from Kenny. That's obviously something that Oscar's going to be targeting. And then as well, if they leave the B bomb site as empty as they were previously, and I think, the walk up into the A side as well, that's something we might see a bit.
If there's one team that's going to be prepared for Mirage, prepared for Kenny's antics and movement, it will be mousesports. Let's see if they can end it here and secure a spot in the Qudos Bank Arena. Let's head in with your casters. It's Hank and Harry.
Certainly is. Thank you very much, Alex. And mousesports are looking poised to do just that as they start here on Mirage. Over in the CT side, the 4 sets of armor, the defuse kit, the 1 smoke. Sticker will be holding on to both of those items. He has been very good so far in terms of the G2 setup. 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, no upgraded pistols. And we'll see if they can break down the defense of mousesports. Not many teams can, Harry. And let's see what G2 can do after looking very flat on their map pick.
Yeah, it wasn't the showing we were hoping for here from the French-Spaniard mix. But maybe they can find their footing and have a resurgence here in Mirage. Now, Mix, well, he's over here towards apartments. Stico inside of the bomb site, all on his lonesome. As I've actually pulled Chris J over into middle. 3 players from ours inside of this A bomb site. G2 They are going to have their work cut out for them here if they do decide to hit this A-bomb site. Body, Apex, and Kenny S all over here in Palace. Looking like royalty as they group on up, ready to head in to the bomb site. They're going to go barreling out. Apex leads the way, and Oscar, Rops, 2 quick kills between them. How are they going to deal with Oscar here? MBK tries to take the fight with a man down in CT. Now Oscar emerges, tags him up. Damage done left and right, but the man advantage going to get cancelled out by MBK.
Absolutely so. 30 seconds, though. How do they get into the bomb site? Mixwell might have an answer for them. Sticko, what a shot that was. Lovely stuff coming through. As they'll have to commit towards the side now. 20 seconds. MBK and Kenny S relatively healthy in terms of HP, but 3 players to find and a bomb to plant.
The bomb. Chris J and Sticko going to get rid of them both. And mousesports, they're going to move up 1-0 in the pistol round. Some fantastic shots by Sticko. He's looked so good. And, you know, we were kind of saying like it's bad news if Sticko's is the guy top of the board, but, you know, now that everyone else is performing alongside him, it's kind of, you know, more of a blessing than a curse. It's not like he's top of the board because everyone else is doing weak around him now. He's just genuinely landing some great shots, it feels like.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed with his performances so far in this tournament. Good pistol win for mousesports. CZ purchase, forced by, of course, from G2. 3 smokes towards A, trying to get that bomb down. See what happens after that. We're going to see scouts coming in for masses, MP9s. Execution. Ready and waiting. Here it comes. CTs will know it's a full commitment. No one's going to fake on these sort of rounds. In they come. God, it's as good a chance of any with these CZs to win the round. Rops might have to just fall back and let them plant.
And the bomb is going to go down. 5-on-5 with the bomb planted. G2, they're going to try and use these CZs up close. They have 1 smoke on Apex as well for the after plant. And it looks like they're going to try and take some aggression perhaps down in towards CT. Now G2, prolifically, they've been very, very good with these CZs. Apex has gone through the smoke. Kenny's opened up with the first kill. Decimation down towards CT. The frags go left and right, but ultimately it's into a 3-on-3. Oscar trying to battle back. The time so far gone. He has to move quickly. It's all on a Mixwell. Trapped in the corner. He's going to get finished off. And mousesports, by the skin of their teeth, they found that second round. It comes down to the wire.
Yeah, well, it felt a lot closer than that, though, didn't it? The fact there was all those kills coming in right down last few seconds defuse, but 3 players did survive for mousesports. It was nice calculated retake, kind of SK-esque, if you like. The fact that SK is so well coordinated, knowing when they can actually allow the bomb to go down, make sure they keep players alive and retake as a 5-man unit. G2 will be happy with that round, but they know they certainly had a chance to win it. 1 more kill probably would have done exactly what they needed. But here we go, round number 3, full eco. Gonna have decent money going into that first gun round here.
Yeah, they're going to start to aggress on over here towards the top of mid. Oscar's in the window with the AWP. Now, that's the first shot miss. He hasn't really missed too many of those throughout this series, but if you look back at his form throughout the whole tournament, it has been a bit shaky. So that is definitely something to keep an eye on. G2 taking some time to perhaps come to a decision on how to play the next round and what to do here. They've got the Deeg on Apex. They've got all the time in the world as well right now. 1 minute and 10 seconds left on the clock. And they're going to try run the gauntlet, take the fight with Apex over here in mid, setting up for a run boost. Look at Kenny go. Majestic as he flies through the sky. It's Apex to double down. What a fantastic 2-piece with the Deeg. And now Chris J over on short. He's got his work cut out for him. How's this round gone so horribly wrong for Mouse? He's going to have to fall back into the B-bomb site. MPK just dispatches him and makes it look easy. Kenny's wrapped around as well, and he's dropped Sticko. Suddenly it's all onto Rops.
What the hell has just happened there? Double Deagle kills, pretty much full eco for the G2 squad, and they haven't lost a single player. Very, very rare occurrence there. As onward planted, Rops has no chance now. Deagle as well. Keep the game alive for G2. If you're just joining us, winner goes through to the arena. Our final slot available. Loser will be going home. mousesports looking destined to get the 3-0 on their map pick. Not going to happen, though. Money will actually be relatively weak after losing a couple of players in the previous round. As you can see on your screens right now, they'll get $1,400 into this if Rops can save the FAMAS. There might be a buy available. Doesn't look like he'll do that, though. And so we spotted Apex. Anyone's taken down but stays alive, they'll definitely want to find him. If they can do so, they know they've removed every item out of the CT arsenal. That's one, and they might as well let him live now, knowing that he's got the FAMAS. He's already found 1 kill, so he's got 3750. So he can drop an M4, or drop the FAMAS and buy it for himself. Here it is. Oh my god. That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. 2 kills. Really nice stuff from Apex, considering the really disappointing performance he had on Dust 2. That's hopefully now a lifeline for G2 to show us what they're made of.
I mean, specifically the first half of Dust 2. Like, the second was actually really good, but yeah, I mean, he that is, just what a return to form from him in that round, armed with just a deagle. He was, one of the only pistols actually brought into that round. That was almost a full eco. So the fact that G2 have found success there, now they're going to go pushing and barreling in towards this B-bomb site. Oh my goodness, the Deeg. Now this time on the back of Stiko looks to try and get its revenge up against G2. And Stiko, he's hungry for revenge, a second kill. They're going to keep pushing into him, and he just doesn't stop. 3 massive kills. Oh my goodness, Henry, what have we just seen? Stiko is decapitating heads left and right.
Yeah, absolute domination there. Oh my god, you don't see that too often. Back-to-back superb deagle plays. You don't really expect that from Stiko. 3 kills, stays alive, shuts it down by himself, and he was alone in the bomb site there. He's the anchor. His job is to get 1 kill and stay alive as long as possible. He gets 3 and survives. And just as MBK and co thought they were back in, they'll take a pause and work out what the hell just happened there. Oh my goodness.
That is unreal. These are, just the most insane back-to-back rounds to see, like, 2 fantastic deagle plays come through. That's something, like, no other pistol has the same, like, ring to it as the deagle, like the CZ, sure it's overpowered, sure we get amazing sequences with it, but nothing gets you excited like deagle plays like that.
Absolutely. If the CZ did that, you'd be like, oh, it's just horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's the deagle, it's satisfying. You can see how much more fun this is to watch. You can't spray that weapon. It requires precise headshots. And Stiko certainly delivered them. So back and forth we go. Still money available for G2 after winning their full eco, remember. So they still have cash here. Not an abundance of it. Apex will be stuck on the Deeg, body on the CZ. So very similar buy to as what mousesports had in the previous round. Here's number 5, and AWP for Kenny S, seeing if any aggression will be presented towards middle.
Much slower round from G2 this time around. Apex is over on the ramp. It was him with his trusty D that he still has now. I was able to secure that 3rd round for them. Rather the round win in round number 3. But Body and Kenny going to look to try and take control of top mid. Maybe we see the run boost come out. Chris J is pushing up. Oscar's holding the angle from Connector. Molotov going to go down. That does give up that there's a man over towards short. Kenny going to try and take the peek, and he's going to win that fight. Oscar goes down. Kenny's open, and now he's ready for Chris J as well. He's smiting them down left and right over in mid. Suddenly, it's the man of the hour, the magic man, Stiko inside of this B-bomb site. And we need to see some magic from him now. 5 players barreling his way, 4 up in apartments. 1 man down on short. Stiko back against the wall, tagged up, forced into the fire and flames. He can't control the spray. And he is going to fall. Rops 1v5. This is a G2 round all over.
It is. And indeed, the pendulum swings once more, this time in favor of G2. Kenny S, lovely picks towards that connector. Doubles down with a pick towards short. That's their call to go in towards that B-bomb site. Stiko, pretty common knowledge, most teams will play 1 player in there. And he'll go through. Stiko did have a chance to find a couple of kills, but like you said, couldn't control the spray. And it's FAMAS to be saved once again by Rops. We'll see whether he can hold on to it. He's in towards T-spawn right now. Very clean round from GT. You can see they take a bit of damage. Body down to 13, mix roll 55. And we had to take some smokes, some flashbangs into the next round. And this is where they can really establish themselves. But will mousesports force back? That's the question. Robson again can drop an M4. Oscar can buy an orb. If Oscar can buy an orb, they normally buy. That's the philosophy. See if it works out for them. Might take a tactical timeout. Doesn't seem to be the case. There's the Oscar orb. This is his stomping ground. Mirage is his. Still with the lead, 3-2. Don't want to give it up just yet to go on the CZ. Not the Deagle this time. Got a defuse kit. It's off towards connector. Oscar has to fall back. Lost his vision.
I like this hold though from ours. 2 players over here towards short. Now Stiko's been painted up early on. He was just jump spotting for the information. Oh, he's going to go back for it. Kenny. He's given G2 away into this round. Body, as he snuck up through connector, there's 2 players over on short. They do manage to get rid of him. It doesn't lead to much, but it does force Rops out of position and down into CT. Now as he backs away, Mixwell going to extend the advantage that much further the way of G2. We're back into a 3-on-3, and actually the rotation in from Oscar towards CT. Where did these smokes from G2 go? They've got 2 smokes, and the kind of thing is right now is to leave that CT position open. And that is currently where Oscar resides. They're just going to have to cross that bridge when they come to it. They're going to try boosting him up. Oscar, he sees everything from atop his Ropsy watchtower. Managed to get the bomb down and nothing found yet for Mao, as they might just have to make the decision to run away and save. And now as they lose Rops to the nade, 3 players for G2 grouped up down on ramp. This round looks like it's all said and done. They have got the 1 smoke and a flash, but it just doesn't seem worth it. The risks don't outweigh the benefits, and they're just going to have to go ahead and give this one up. G2, they find themselves a 3rd, and they're the first, well, not the first team to string 2 rounds together, but the first since this back and forth begins.
Tying things up, but Oscar, as long as he has the AWP, every round is possible. I've said that so many times before, and it's normally correct, as he'll be saving it towards the B apartments here. Decent round from G2, KDS opening things up once more. Mixwell looking decent with that AK-47. There it is, 3-3. We'll see if they can continue this now. No one able to edge their way in front just yet. Sunny 1 of 4, normally one of his better maps. Plays that connector so well. And here we go. Not going to be the force buy from mousesports. Need to start saving some of those pennies. Chris J went by a single thing here, hoping that Oscar is carried around for him. Sunny M4, Oscar is towards the window. I'd like to see him jump out perhaps. See if he can open up a kill here. He has gone towards that connector, actually pushing a bit further towards the mid boxes.
Well, he's going to be holding back for the time being. Oscar and Chris J both there. They flash themselves in for the peak, and Oscar's going to be the man to try and take it. Perhaps bait with Chris J on the cross, and now Oscar steps up. Body. He's seen that play 100 times before. He knows not to go peeking back into it. Flashes over for Kenny. Now Kenny takes up position. In the meantime, Mixwell emerging in from lower tunnels. He's going to get smitten down by Oscar. MBK is up in Palace. He's looking to try and dethrone Rops from inside that A-bomb site. He's going to sit down beneath the scaffolding. Kenny and Apex over here towards the ramp, setting up for this A-bomb site take. Smoke going to go down over here towards CT. Apex and MBK with smokes for the cross. It's going to be the set piece late in towards this A-bomb site. Currently, Mouse have 3 players here. Oscar, Rops, and Stiko. Chris J's cleared out B, so they have a very good idea as to what's going on. Information is everything, and right now, Mouse, they've got it all. Now they have to try and hit their shots. Oscar from behind triple takes the peek out. He's able to find the first. He said all rounds were possible if Oscar's still alive, and there we go, a second frag and a third. Oscar does it all, leaving it now to MBK, 1 versus 2. And he's crossed onto the stairs, times tick down, and Chris J is gonna finish things off. mousesports in with their 4th round. Henry, you were right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's Oscar. As long as he's got that weapon, he can make magical things happen almost every single time. He looked like there was so much pressure, so many bullets, flames, everything coming against him, but still finds 3. Apex took him from the grave, but still the damage had been done. NBK left with 19 HP and no time whatsoever. Chris J to finish things off, but still money to buy. Nothing separating these 2 teams. This is a very important round though, as we get to the mid stages of the first half. G2 looking at that he's running the default once again. There is still an all for Kenny S. That's really starting to be a very fun battle. Chris J versus Oscar. They're both hitting their... Sorry, Kenny S versus Oscar. That wouldn't
Just
work.
an internal battle now. Real power
Kenny
struggles.
S versus Oscar. That is a very tantalizing battle, especially if they're both hitting all their shots, which seems to be the case right now.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to ask for your opinion as to, you know, how this matchup stacks up, but I think it's just best just to let it play out in front of us, right? I mean, they're both in form right now. They're both looking good. For me, the real question becomes, you know, Kenny, we saw him look good on Dust 2. Can he keep it going forward here in Mirage?
Time will tell. Sunny protecting the underpass for now, allowing Chris J to watch top and middle. Now might need to turn around. He's in a very awkward spot at this point, but still finds at least one. Chris J trying to back him up and doing a very good job of doing so, as he'll take down body. 4-on-3. MBK trying to sneak his way towards the A bomb site. So far, so good by the Tetris boxes right now. Apex completely wrecked by Oscar. Boosted up. And now MBK and Mixwell to try and recover the round.
MBK gets caught. Leaving it now on to Mixwell. 1v4. He really does have his work cut out for him here as he turns his attention over towards short. Oscar's been boosted up once again. That flash lands, but Stico's in position. He has his teammates back. mousesports, they've locked themselves in around at number 5, and they've finally broken the G2 economy.
Love that play from mousesports. You can see Sunny stuck between a rock and a hard place. Smokes down, his teammates can't back him up. He's got to watch underpass the middle. Opts to focus towards the latter, pushes up, trades out a kill. That's enough. Allows Chris J to push through that smoke, get another kill. Oscar comes to life with a boost. Really nice stuff. And finally, they should extend their 2-round lead right now as they'll be up against Pistols. But this didn't stop G2 before, I have to say. Apex surely bought the deagle again. He has. He fancies his chances once more. Sunny looking towards that underpass and gets a pretty much kill on a plate. Doesn't come much easier than that.
Sadly does not. Sunny controls the spray, and my goodness.
Chris J takes them all.
Him and Chris J, yeah, they've just combined. Oh no, MBK, there's one. He's got the ball rolling. Maybe a little bit more. Chris J hopping up on top of the boost on short. He's going to be able to find that. You kind of start to believe like a little bit MBK gets one. I'm like, you know, not going to get too into it just yet, but you know, a couple more shots. I think there was I think it was Sunny over in Connector was tagged to what, like 10 HP? So he was only one shot away from going down as well. And with the performances we've seen from these Deagles tonight, Henry, I'm kind of pretty hyped up by them.
It bodes well for the excitement of the game, I'll give you that. As G2 taking another tactical timeout here. Defaults have been a bit of a struggle so far since the gun rounds really have set in. We'll see what they can come up with here. Remember, Smith's not behind them anymore. He's departed as a coach, apparently making a new team with Shoxy. Make of that what you will. As they'll sit there now and contemplate their fate. Lose this map, they're out of the tournament, and once again didn't make playoffs. It feels like this could be the last time we'll see this 5 operating as a squad if this is another group stage crash out for them. I think that's a big thing to say, but I'm going to say it anyway.
There you go, you've laid your cards on the table,
I'm going to say, like, if they go out group stage, it's probably the last time you see this 5 play. I don't know if that's true, but you never know. That's where I'd be leaning towards.
We've heard the speculation, but now we can get into what we know. And that is G2 got a buy here, up out for Kenny. Mixwell, he's going to be feeling pretty rough after taking that nade. Yeah, one thing I will say is, you know, you brought that lone Spaniard into the mix, and I'm not convinced that the whole venture's mixed well yet. Sunny. He's actually given that kill away. Body now extends the man advantage in favor of a G2. 5 out of 4, and they found the lone man who was over in mid, the lone gunman. And he's been dropped. Chris J, kind of desperate to try and make a play somewhere. You can feel mousesports looking to try and extend out, taking advantage back after G2 have found an early man advantage. Oscar, he's peeking into ramp. He has Rops nearby to help him out, and there's only MBK here. G2 looking like they're maybe setting up for an A split. They have a player boosted up into window. The bomb's now going to fall back through T-spawn. Does Oscar pounce before they get there?
Here we go. Oscar once again, Harry, looking so spot on with the AWP. He knows he has work to do. Body, though, could shut it all down. He's on the steps at this point, but Rops is ready and waiting. Finally, they dissect the A bomb site, and it will be a 3 versus 2. Rops, though, he could win this round single-handedly. What a brilliant shot that was. AK-47 out in full force here, and Kenny S has got no chance. He can't block the bomb anymore, and it will be Rops to finish things off. That was an absolutely beautiful round by him. The shots were just stellar.
That is unreal. I mean, even the repositioning, right, over from, you know, he was inside the bomb site. They knew he was there. He was able to get the man. He was up on stairs. I think that was body. But then he repositions here under scaffolding and just plays it so well. They kind of get caught, right? The times ran down so low. You had Apex just running out of the site with the bomb out, not even checking the angles. And the rest of the guys, you know, a little bit disjointed and able to get that trade. But Rops landing some very, very keen shots. Has locked in a 7th round for Mowers. And that is a bit of a critical blow to G2. It's broken their economy and also, you know, broken the morale. They're going to be pretty shut down after that.
Broken the hearts, perhaps.
Yeah, it was. Well, that was looking like, you know, an open shut case for G2. Rops
Yeah,
on his own inside the B bomb site, the A bomb site rather. Everyone just walking his way. But no, he's managed to make it happen, and now it's another D ground here for G2.
Oh my goodness, Rops. He's had a pretty quiet tournament as well by his standards, and Sunny looking to get 3, only found 2, but the round should be secure. Nice Chris headshot there from Chris J. 4 on 1, and it's going to be the 8th round as Apex might be able to get 1 kill the Deagle, a wild spray from Sticko. Not really that well controlled, but either way, it doesn't really matter too much. They've got plenty of cash as we get into another timeout for G2 here. They've got enough for the Orbs, the AKs, but they can't really seem to do much. They found success early on with the Deagle full eco win. What have they done since then?
Yeah, not much, Henry. That's been the real problem, right? And I think, you know, ever since we've seen the Smith's departure come through, you know, I feel like that's maybe hurt them a bit as well, because he's, you know, someone who worked with the team for so long. He knew all the players really, really intimately, had played with them all at one point in time. So, you know, I mean, the kind of impact that a lot of these tactical pauses have, I feel like maybe has even been lessened in that regard, right? But they have to try and figure something out, right? Because this is it. You know, mousesports already 1-0 up in the series. They're able to win out G2's map pick over on Dust 2. They look like, hilariously, they headed into that map with G2 kind of, you know, pocket picking it as like, haha, they won't have played this. And then Mowers actually had more strats than G2 did.
I think that was the game over for me at that point. I was like, well, if you've tried to sneak this one in as some sort of surprise, it's actually made it look a little bit foolish because you've got no strats and they've got like these sick fakes coming in.
Yeah.
Perfect Molotov, you're burning alive too. It was pretty fun to watch. I'll say that much, but G2 certainly didn't look that prepared. Round 12. And the AK's AWP of Kenny. It's just an A execution by the looks of things. Could be some sort of split. We've got 2 players waiting on the other side towards the underpass. The smokes go in. Is it the full commitment? Time will tell. MBK going first. Smoke CT spawn. Molotovs are looking good, but CTs have answered back in pretty lovely style there. Slowing it right down. Body looks towards short. And Chris J. Oh my goodness, he's going to find 2 of them. Can't get both kills. Mixwell towards that window. 4 on 3 for now.
Apex trying to claw this back from a top Tetris, but he's not playing games. He's going to get dropped. Rops, 3 quick kills down from CT, and Rops manages to cement a 9th round there for mousesports. Scary thing as well is, you know, if you're G2, you're coming into this, another pause called in. This is another tactical, and that's, you know, all their pauses used up, and it actually kind of shows the state of how they've been. Last time these 2 teams actually met in a LAN environment, that was all the way back during the Star Series Season 4. They played there, and this was one of the maps that, you know, Mowers actually knocked G2 out with.
Well, that's when G2 were considered a world-class team. At this point, they're really not looking very good at all. This tournament has been rough for them, and it's a sign of the times. If you use all your pauses before the first half even finishes, Harry, it means you're getting absolutely wrecked. They've won a brilliant round with the pistols, no armor, but it was, I'm not going to say lucky, because obviously that's a lot of skill to hit those shots, but it shouldn't be happening. That's an anomaly. That won't happen every time. There's not a consistent victory there. Last big event, G2 won was DreamHack Masters Malmo. I remember that one very well. I think I casted that final. They've participated in something else. Couldn't quite read that one, but
11 events since then.
There we go.
I'll save you, Henry. You know, my reading comprehension is there. That's the one thing I've got. You got the looks and the knowledge. I can read. And then together we are the unstoppable duo. But look at this. Mixwell, he's already been painted up with damage early on. He's tagged down to 16. He's not looking too healthy. In fact, it feels like the start of every round, Mixwell has just been bought pretty low, whether that's because of utility or aggression over here towards B. He's been punished from it time and time again. Kenny doesn't have his trusty AWP. They don't have the money for it. Instead, he's got to make do with the rifle. He's going to lead the charge. And there's Chris J, a man who can afford the AWP. He's opened up. He's fully flashed, but it doesn't matter because Sunny, well, he's locking down mid. He's going to be onto his second. MBK and Mixwell left alive. They have to first reclaim this bomb. And if this is the result of that tactical pause, Henry, this is really not what they'd expected. They haven't even made a dent yet in the mousesports defense. Finally, they topple Sunny, but Chris J, he's now here to slam down the gauntlet, leaving it on Mixwell. He gets finished off as well. 3 kills over towards short from the secondary AWP for mousesports.
That was one of the quickest rounds you'll see. And G2 still can't get anything done. That's riding their maximum loss bonus. That was their timeout call. Default, run into everyone, get wrecked. And Robs with the auto sniper. That's when you know things are getting bad. When your opposition pull out the auto sniper because it's just getting too easy. G2 with the CZs, they are going to partial buy to this one. Maybe it's the B-Rush Harry. When all else fails, I'm sure you know this better than anyone. Just run into that B side and hope for the best.
Yeah, no, it's served me well in many a matchmaking game, Henry. Let's see, does it have the same success now for G2? There's that first nade. That's already done so much damage. They're going to have to go through the fire and flames, and that apartment really does just become a maelstrom. Into the site they go. Steeko, he's able to go and find 2. Sunny's over here on short. And yep, it is a slaughterhouse inside of B. mousesports move on to an 11th. G2, they were able to get 1 kill out of that entire round. They would have, I was going to say they would have killed for a bomb plant. They tried, and it didn't come through. Still, they've got money. Kenny's got his AWP. They've got full utility for everyone else. 11-4? Maybe that's possible in the second half for them to find a resurgence, Henry?
Yeah, it's not going well when you have to say maybe 11-4 is possible. But yes, it absolutely is. They took a partial buy in the previous round, meaning they can get pretty much full buy here. Kenny has no helmets or nades, so still a little bit desperate. A few compromises made. The auto sniper's out, and it's really difficult to analyze when the CTs are in this sort of gear. It's like completely destroying them in every encounter. Oscar towards that connector. Apex surely has this kill. Oh my goodness, I thought Oscar had the flick. And Mixwell finally gives them some sort of opening here. It's going to be a 5-on-3 now. And 2 rifles and the auto sniper to try and hold them off. Sticko, good reaction to get in that kitchen. Does he get any further? That's the question. Mixwell ready and waiting on the other side.
Oh, Steeko from the kitchen, going to get put through the blender. Mixwell picks him up. Now it's Rops and Sunny. The auto sniper in Rops' hand. 1 minute left on the clock, and G2, they've slowed right down. They don't want to risk giving anything away. Rops is actually throwing the auto sniper away, possibly out the map. I think that's probably a safe call. I wouldn't want to be throwing that over to anyone. Although the last round of the half doesn't matter.
Come on, Harry.
Forgot about that. There you go.
Keep
really,
up.
there's just been so much going on, Henry. Here's Sunny inside the A-bomb site. 3 players coming his way, and Kenny's going to win that fight out now. Rops, he's not ready. He's not prepared for Mixwell. He's been the serial lurker of this round. Rops, 5 players around him, fire at his feet. Kenny through the murder hole, just like that. G2, they've managed to scrape together a 4-11 half.
Well, there it is, 11-4. mousesports looking dominant, and G2, I have to say, looking quite lost. It was looking almost promising at the start. Kenny was hitting absolutely everything. He's going to have to find some incredible form on the CT side to have any chance of not being knocked out right here, right now. We'll take a break and see what they can do after this.
What an unreal half it has been from mousesports. G2, they've fallen behind. It's 11-4, Henry, at the end of the first half in favor of Mouse. And G2, well, this is it. This is their last chance. They have to try and find a resurgence here and now if they want to stand a chance at making it through to the playoffs in the Qudos Bank Arena in 1 day's time.
Oh, you can see G2 look very dejected there. No one really fired up. No one really talking by the looks of things. It's all very quiet. And yes, 11-4 down. Kenny S came out of the trap so hot as well. His AWP was looking great, but then as soon as they hit the brick wall of the mousesports defense, it all went horribly wrong. But not out of it just yet. They do move over to the CT side now. They're going to need this pistol the way they've been playing this evening. Nothing else will do at this point. If they lose that, it's going to be a lot of pressure on them in the second round force buy, but we'll have a look. And will be 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs, any upgraded pistols? No, nothing to be seen there. Not a single defuse kit for G2. I'm really not a fan of that mentality, but we'll see if it works out for them. Going towards B. 1 player towards middle, that's Rops, looking to catch any rotating players up towards short. And I assume the smoke will land deep on the short area, and they'll commit now with blocks.
MBK does land that shot, and that's crucial because G2 have set up for a retake setup for this B bomb site, and Mixwell now finding Rops. Now this becomes possible. Sunny's holding close to the smoke over here in short, and MBK is already out of the shop. He's not ready for Sunny. He's not ready for anything. Kenny does answer back, but he still has more kills to find. As Stico wrapping round, Chris J is going to beat him to it. Now they don't know that Stico's in this position. Chris J biding time, tagged down to 4 HP. He's going to fall at the hands of Body, and now it's mousesports' routine MVP. Stico at this event, he's looked so incredibly good. There is a man sticking the bomb. That's going to be Body. He has to try and take the fight. He has to deny it. He's forced him off the bomb. And without a kit, I'm not sure they have time, Henry. It's going to come down to the wire. And Body's sticking. I think he just about has it. Oh.
No, Sticko's done it. Oh, that was a must-win round for G2, and Sticko is playing out of his mind this evening. Fantastic stuff. It didn't seem like it was quite enough there, but in the nick of time, the bomb explodes, and maybe the dreams of G2 making it to the arena as well. Very disappointing, tilting stuff. And they will be force buying here, G2, the MP9 for Apex. 7-13, another pretty abysmal performance, all things considered. He's the star player right now. The form he's had in the last even 3-4 months of this team, even when they've had very poor results, has been great. He's looked still world class. And if he's missing, that is a bit of an issue. And we will have the Eagles again. MP9 and a scout. Surely this is where mousesports close things out. Win this one 13-4, and then G2 still on a full eco.
The one thing that you have to maybe give G2 is that they were very, very proficient in the rounds where they only had the pistol. That is a pretty awful start, though, for them. Mixwell jump peeking for the information. He's going to have his helmet broken. And now he's bleeding badly. 8 HP on him. Mouse grabbing control of mid here. They have Sunny down in connector. Smoke is there. And it looks like they may just commit to the B-bomb site. They know they've tagged up Mixwell. They have control of mid. You have Sunny who can wrap around in through the short angle as long as he's fast about it. And they're going to split into the B-bomb site. No one keeping an eye on short. MBK's been picked up. Now there's only Mixwell, and that nade gets rid of him. He gets slam dunked into oblivion. And the rotations come in, but they're just going to get dismantled one by one. Body and Apex left, and they're going to have to fall off and look to try and save. Henry, looks like we're going to see a 13-4 scoreline. G2 have an eco into the next round, means a 14-4 scoreline is looking likely before we even see a buy come in.
You're absolutely right. And that's not good news when you're looking down the barrel of tournament elimination. And yeah, this is G2 really not putting their best foot forward. They're actually looking weak tonight, and Rops will take down one of the players who had armor. Body, I think he had to drop a weapon. We'll see whether he can stay alive here. Oh, he does have the armor, beg your pardon. I thought he had the scalp. So he'll just try and hold on to the Desert Eagle here. 5 players survive in mousesports, so that really is a bitter pill to swallow. So Body will survive. But his teammates can't really afford much more than PT50 to join him. It's going to take something magical with the Deagle now to even stand a chance. Mousesports have been known to throw these sort of rounds away. As we saw before, Mirage T side, they sometimes rush B for no rhyme or reason, really, and it can all go horribly wrong. Will they make that call again?
Yeah.
Chris J at the helm. It looks like they're heading that direction.
He literally is that guy in matchmaking who just every round, you know, rush B. And they might be doing it, Henry. They're going to be heading in towards the B-bomb site. You know, you predicted this down to a T. Mixwell, Kenny, and NBK here. It is just 3 USPs to try and hold back the entirety of this mousesports team. This feels like it's going to be a bloodbath. Feels like it should be, at least. Sunny's been painted up with damage early on, but now that Mac-10 roars to life. And okay, get a little bit hopeful. Body's actually doubled down. He's put the Deagle to work. He's even tagged up Oscar down to 1 HP. Maybe, but no, Rops. He has managed to pull this back. He doubles down at the end. It comes a lot closer than I think mousesports would have liked, but they still managed to find a 14th round regardless. Now the buy comes in for G2.
It certainly does. It won't be the best buy. No Kenny S Orb. We'll see whether the 5 rifles will be enough. Normally when you're kind of hamstrung like this, you do need to go for an aggressive play, get that first pick. You haven't really got the utility. Diffuse kit's missing. You want to be deploying something a little bit special, but you don't really have the freedom, the buffer of rounds to do so. We'll see whether this will be the one that finds series point, arena point for mousesports as they start to go towards middle.
They're just going to be setting up in towards the A-bomb site. Looks like maybe a late play from Sunny in through lower tunnels. Apex tucked away, has to try and hold the fort, and they have bypassed him. They don't know that he's here just yet. He's going to go undetected, and that could be massive. Apex creeping forward, misses that opportunity, and what a blunder, Rops. He's gotten rid of him into the man advantage now for Mouse. The bomb's down. It's the 3 versus 4 in the retake, and they don't even know that Sunny's in the backline right now. He's all the way over at B, and actually, I think maybe he's presuming that we might see a save. This could be disastrous. MBK from atop the stairs, he's dropped out 1. Rop's going to try and go through the smoke. He finds himself here alone, trying to buy time. And Sunny on the short angle. Bombs planted for him. 2 kills. It's Mixwell 1v1. He has to find the frag. And ooh, that nade almost does it. Mixwell has to run for the hills. He might have a kit, but there's no time. And just like that, mousesports 15-4. 1 away from securing their spot in the arena, sending G2 home.
Absolutely so. mousesports have done it. That's at least overtime guaranteed. This is pretty much a death sentence for G2 at this point. I don't see them at this point managing to get 11 rounds in a row, and that's just to get overtime. They still want to have to win at that stage. So, force by what you can, boys. For Masses, that saved Orb, MP9s, and it feels like this could be the round that ends GT's misery. This has been a very woeful tournament for them. It is not going to get any better. It will be a 5-on-4. Apex crossing to the connector. Oscar just plucks him out of the air. He's so good at those sort of shots. And remember, Dust 2 was GT's pick. They looked pretty weak there, and this was even worse. Could be the funeral, this 5-man roster for G2. We will see. MP9 to defend the B bomb site here. He's actually doing a very good job. Well played to MBK. Can he get another? Actually, he can. What is going on?
How on earth has he done this? There's 3, 4 kills.
Okay.
My goodness, MBK, the SMG king. Rops 1v2, and you still feel like this is possible. MBK did so much work to try and pull this back for G2 in this round. And Rops going to take the fight with Mixwell. He loses that initial engagement at G2. They're going to move on to a 5th. What a round from MBK. But he's going to need to have, well, 10 more of them in the tank if G2 want to carry this one through to overtime.
Well, MBK, he's the savior. Apparently it's the MP9. You can see, I think mousesports might have just thought this one was over. Didn't really seem to react to him whatsoever. He's getting picked off 1 by 1. Somehow he survives that pit, and everyone's just panicking slightly there. But still, they will be buying up with what they can, trying to finish things off quickly. They've got a huge bed of rounds to do so. But mousesports certainly are probably the #1 team in the world at giving away massive leads. So, not over just yet until they reach 16 at the top. Still pressure applied to mousesports. That's exactly the sort of round they normally lose to. Open up the window of opportunity for their opposition. Incendiary, this round is looking very good now for the G2 squad. Going to be backed by Chris J, 4-on-4.
Rob's going to lose that fight to Body over here in the A-bomb site. Man advantage gained for G2. And they were looking dead in the water, but now we're seeing some signs of life. They really do pick their moments, Henry, to try and start to make their way back into this, but there is no bad time, especially when you're up against mousesports. As you say, a team that do struggle with closing out a map. Now would really not be the time you want to live up to that mantra, though, if you are mousesports. They're going to be setting up for the A-site take, and Body, he's already deep within Palace, holding down the angle. He's got Sunny coming his way. Sunny with only 13 HP.
Yeah, it's a perfect position for Body. That's a guaranteed frag right there. I don't see there's any way he'll be able to sniff the Body out. We'll see. Body decides to fall back, though. This could be... Oh, my goodness. This could actually fall apart. Sunny's like, oh, quick, let me get him. But Body luckily escapes. Rounds should be secure from G2 now. 20 seconds remaining. Sunny and Chris J don't do too much of this. They're not going to watch the Palace. Luckily, Kenny S is there just in time. It will be 15-6 and an eco now for mousesports. We'll take 9 rounds in a row now. As we'll see mousesports presumably just take nothing, but Glocks maybe just rush into a site, try and get the bomb planted if they can trade out kills towards B, something like that. Double orb setup now for Mixwell and Kenny S. I would have been excited by this in the first half, thinking this could be something very exciting, but unfortunately it might be too little too late.
Well, let's see how much more have they got left in the tank. G2, they need 9 rounds consecutively, and they've struggled to string together, I think, more than 3 thus far throughout the entire series. It's safe to say that they have been struggling. This double up setup that's been employed has looked pretty good. mousesports ready just to waterfall out from Palace. 3 players here. You've got the one flash on Chris J, who's down on the ramp. He throws that over. The 3 guys up in Palace just barrel on in, and they try to get the bomb down, overwhelm anyone who's inside the bomb site. The only issue is Body residing in CT, pretty much perfect position to try and cancel this play out. He is just going to sit pretty. Rotations are a long way away, so maybe they overwhelm him. MBK gets rid of the lone gunman over towards the B-bomb site. Now that flash goes in from Chris J. Body flashed off the angle for just 1 moment. That's all it takes, but he's able to go and deny the bomb plant this round. Yeah, I mean, had to delay saying this round's over, but it finally does come through. G2, they managed to lock in another. The road to the comeback is still a lengthy and perilous one, Henry, but maybe it's possible.
I'm going to say it's not, but we will see. 15-7.
Never an optimist, Henry.
Well, realist, I like to call myself. And we'll see what happens here. It's just going to be play each round as it comes, hope for the best. 8 in a row now. And it's just a matter of time. But Sunny only with a deagle at this point. I think he had to drop the orb for Oscar, sacrificing pretty much everything into the round. No armor, just a flashbang. Just looking for that first pick, but Mixwell actually is the one to get it. Takes down Sticko there. mousesports, if they did go to overtime at this point, that's when G2 almost certainly win it, because mousesports are not a team that can hold on once that happens. A 15-5 lead. That would be something quite special to give up.
Well, nice shot from Rob's. Body under scaffolding, only good for 1 kill. 3 on 3. Sunny still over here in the top of mid. Might get spotted out by Apex. The timing's there. He's somehow still alive. And there we go. Apex does manage to find him. It falls to Rops and Oscar. These 2 players, usually the stars of this team, to try and keep them in this 2-on-2. Bomb planted, and both players for G2 retaken from Connector. Bombs down and planted for ramp. That's where Oscar resides. Mixwell's the first man in with the AWP. So many angles to keep an eye on, and he's going to be able to find Oscar now. It's Rops emerging, 1v1. He's got it down to the wire. He's forced off the angle, and Mixwell's going to get it done. He keeps the dream alive for G2. They lock themselves in an 8th round. G2 are not giving this one up yet.
Well, apparently not. Mixwell will defuse the bomb. Pistol had to be drawn at close range, 3 kills in total. The fist bumps come out, and I thought Oscar had done enough there. But still, they fight on. 4 players go down, and maybe mousesports starting to sweat out a little bit here. I want to take a pause and just calm themselves down. Lost burn is starting to accumulate with the bomb planted as well. Let's take a partial bite at this stage. You can see the double orb setup still recovered, and G2 keep marching on. CZs, Deagles, Mac 10 for Chris J, of course. Gets Plenty of cash for the next round. Let's do a little A execution here. Try and get that bomb down maybe a bit more. The C's edge, you never know. An opening kill comes through. Kenny S in a really awkward position out of the orb. They know he's towards Shadow, but luckily, Body is there to bail him out.
Yeah, this is just the slaughter over here towards this A-bomb site. Kenny just decapitating heads left and right. There's a second kill for him, and G2 move on to a 9th round. Maybe you start to believe a little bit now in this G2 comeback.
We'll see. As we get into round number 25 here. 6 now for G2. Just to get to overtime. Body, the savior of Kenny S. You can see if he misses one of those kills, it could have gone horribly wrong. Pulled by again. The AKs are out. Oscar's AWP looking to book themselves a place in the arena starting tomorrow. The final space. As now Apex ready and waiting. 3 players towards middle for mousesports here. Very default round. Mixwell positions himself towards short. Every peek they take is a risk of this falling apart. Sunny's there on the other side. Mixwell looks like he's almost guaranteed to get that frag. Does spot Sunny, but timing not really there. Grenade actually very strong. Takes it down to 58.
Apex emerges from the lower tunnels, flashes there for him, and Sunny, he's been able to win that out despite being tagged down low by the nade of Mixwell early on. Mousesports now, they've got themselves the man advantage. They just have to close this round out to secure their spot in the arena and send G2 home. G2 going to try and answer back by sending Body over here in towards Palace. It was him here a few rounds ago that served them well, but this time Rops throws into the ground, and just like that, 2-man advantage taken for mousesports, setting up for the A-bomb site take. Kenny down in CT.
That's the last line of defense. If Kenny can hit a couple of shots here, it's not over just yet. Robs will be given the task to try and take him down, but Kenny gives up his position, firing off a bullet from the ticket booth, has a slight gap to work with. The bomb will be planted on the other side. Kenny has to wait now, firing off shots, and there's nothing connecting. This should be it. The victory for mousesports. It's so close, and Sunny's even coming around for the long con towards short.
Yeah, he can do so much damage on this flank. He's the linchpin. If everything goes wrong, you have Sunny as your fail-safe. G2, they've really got their work cut out for them here, and they have to be quick about it. MBK, he wins that first fight. The initial engagement goes his way, but now Sunny in with the backstab. It's Kenny, 1 versus 4, completely surrounded. He's going to get shut down, and mousesports, they will be winning out. They managed to grab that last slot in the arena as they take a 2-0 versus G2.
Really, really nice performance there from mousesports. And G2, I have to say, they're just getting worse as the months go by. It's really horrible to say that, but they're not looking great right now. Dust2 was their pick. They didn't have anything to bring to the table, and mousesports just completely manhandled them there. Oh, Mirage. Well, there we have it, Harry. That's going to round up the evening. We'll throw it back to the boys on the desk.
Thank you so much. Yes, the boys on the desk, and the boys also will be on the stage. We've got it all locked in. It's all ready and in concrete. We know who will be battling over in that gorgeous Qudos Bank Arena. We have Chad Birchall and Ian Sniper Turner to chat to end this one. And we do see mousesports find form, find some stability on what was otherwise quite the messy affair throughout the group stage. I just realized my knee is on show. Yes, I'm wearing shorts. My bad. Whoopsie
It was
daisy.
28 degrees today, so I'll let you off the hook.
It was. I've got the thongs on. Flip-flops for you at home.
You got to be careful with that one.
Not allowed to say that?
Still get the eyebrows overseas. I've completely changed to flip-flops now.
You call them flip-flops?
Yeah, I've been converted.
We've broken
It's
you.
unfortunate, but look, it's great that mousesports have finally found, a bit of form. I think the fact of the matter is that it was a weaker mousesports than what we were expecting throughout the group stage. But here, Oscar came alive. We actually saw him on Dust2 looking good. Mirage is just their home map, and if they're going to be confident and they can play like that, can be an interesting one when we finally get to the quarters tomorrow, Alex.
Quite the luxury for mousesports as well, just to be the fact that they picked up that first map, and it meant there was so much comfortable aggression coming out from mousesports. They knew this map by the back of their hand.
Bit of a cushion, a nice little buffer, allows them to take a few more extra risks. I mean, these guys don't necessarily take a whole lot of risks in the way they play. their CT side anyway. But and honestly, the way G2 was playing, they didn't need to take any risks, as it were. Right? You know, like you said, Sticko was here to show he's had a really good tournament, and Oscar now as well starting to step up.
Everybody was doing their part on Mirage, which I think is the most impressive thing. Obviously, in the early stages, it was back and forth the first, I think it was 6 or 7 rounds. But once we got past that, it became very clear cut for the mousesports guys. A lot of the rounds were only losing like 1 or 2 players. So
even the rounds they lost were pretty clear cut as well. They did lose to Pistols again, another 4-spy, but they answered straight back. I mean, what CSGO, exactly what can you do? Especially G2 as well. But they answered straight back, and I think that's why it was such a dominating first half as well, because any inch that G2 sort of got, mousesports took it straight back.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick with their returns and with their rebuttals. Rops, the player who's currently seeing in the highlights, did play a big role, especially in towards Mirage.
This is a big clutch by Sticko here, delaying the defuse from body. Bomb blows up, pissed around in the bank, and just rolled that from
Bob's
there.
your
So
uncle.
Sticko, I think, you know, definitely we need to make note of his performance thus far. We have said he's been the highest rated player, but the reason that it's such a change for us to be saying that is when you are surrounded with the likes of Oscar, Sunny, and Robs, he's not meant to be the guy coming up clutch or putting up the big numbers. He's a supportive style player. But the fact he's contributing as well, going into the quarterfinal tomorrow, if everybody can be a little bit more warmed up, be a little bit more like Sticko, it can be the mousesports that we hopefully know and love.
We don't talk about him much anymore, but Chris J, he was pretty solid on Dust 2, and I feel like he was also one of the main pillars for mousesports on this map as well. So it's good. Everyone on mousesports is kicking in. To be honest, they're all going to have to do that if they end up against Astralis.
Yes, it is rather brutal. In fact, that is going to be... Where does that leave them? We have got the brackets coming up. First, we're going to take a look at that Play Faster moment. A consolation prize as the hard hitter from G2 does seem to be the star of the show here, brought to you by Vodafone. It looks like it's going to be none other than Apex. We get to see a little bit of his work, and you can see just how spectacular it was. It was over on that pistol round, second half of the first map. A quick dispatch of 3, and indeed, that's why it's called the Play Faster moment. 3 quick kills and a pistol round in the bag.
Yeah, Apex, in terms of this G2 project, or at least since MBK has taken over the leadership, he's been looking hotter now that he has more of a set role. But look, 3 pistol kills, not enough to get a map win. Maybe need a little bit more than that, but yeah.
Well, let's take a walk through the brackets, gentlemen. Let's take stock. Another day in the books. 3 of them down now, and this is what the lay of the land after all of that. Group A. Look, okay, so take a look down that left column, just in case. Let's give you a little guide on how to understand exactly what's going on. Look down that left column and look at the teams. You know that there's going to be 3 names out of this list. I'm just going to list them off. FaZe, Renegades, Cloud9, Tyloo, SK, you know, and then the Aussie candidates who did actually cause quite the stir. Take a look at those and then look at the far right.
Yeah.
Renegades, Tyloo in the semi-finals, and Cloud9 are going to be the lower bracket run.
The most impressive thing there about the Tyloo Renegades game today is it didn't even seem close.
Yeah.
Tyloo just destroyed them. Every duel, it just seemed like the Chinese were absolutely obliterating the Renegades guys, and I'm not sure if that's a mentality thing. I know we struggled in the past when we knew we'd already made it to a bracket stage or made it through a qualifier.
It's always tough when it's like just a seeding match, you know. You know, talking about Aussies who fight when the chips are down or they have their back against the wall. You see JKS, like I keep mentioning it. That was just heroic from him. But obviously a seeding match, maybe that pressure's not there for them and they can't get that mentality right.
But obviously what you're alluding to, Alex, 2 huge omissions, SK Gaming not doing anything, and Cloud9 we missed out on as well in the arena.
Yeah, well, we do get to see the boys from Cloud9 after their, attempt versus FaZe Clan. Couldn't quite convert it either. And now we take a look at Group B. This is where you do get to see the Astralis and Fnatic battling out. That same kind of case for them. We get to see them both in the arena, and Astralis besting them there, so they'll be in the semi-finals. A nice little bye for the Danes. We won't be seeing them tomorrow.
Yeah, a couple of problems, I guess, as we move into the quarterfinal brackets. It means that mousesports are going to be on the same side of the bracket as Astralis, and they seem like the 2 hottest teams at the moment throughout the tournament. I think ideally at this point, and speaking just from the perspective of the best final we could get, it would have to be Fnatic Astralis, but Fnatic will need to do a lot of prep work if they can even get to that stage, because they got blown out of the water by the best team in the world right now.
Tyloo
yeah,
with the
that was another game that wasn't really even close at all, was it? So, like you said, mousesports against Astralis, we could be getting the grand final in the semi, and then after that, obviously, like you said, Fnatic, I mean, we're really just saying Astralis is going to win everyone. What if Astralis lose? What if?
I mean,
what
that's
if
the question.
mousesports win and then we have like a mousesports Fnatic grand final or something like that?
the possibilities are endless. It's all about how much not only rest they get, but also what form we get to see from them in the arena. Lots of things change when you get on that big stage.
Yeah. Oh man, that arena tomorrow is going to be amazing.
I'm so excited.
And then I guess the best of 5 for the grand final. It's going to be like nothing else.
I'm so very excited. My first experience, it could very well be yours, and I'm sure lots of the members of the crowd, it will be their first experience, the first taste of live Counter-Strike as well, so you will not want to miss it. Set some alarms, whatever you have to do, but do be sure to join us tomorrow as we venture into the Qudos Bank Arena. So very excited to be guiding you through it with all of the guys you've seen today, and we'll see you again tomorrow, where we take a little bit of a detour from here, this studio, to that gorgeous stadium. See you then.